Look at these giant trees, baby. Beautiful. Look at this, man. Oh my goodness. And these are real photographs he's digging on from the mid-1800s, man, which is right in the thick of things with all the Chickamauga Cherokee wars happening in America. So this is a lot of them, a lot of stuff that's not here no more, man. Let's go. Yay.
Howdy y'all, welcome back. Today, we will get back into the Old World series of videos where we look at the oldest and most detailed photographs from before the year 1900. The topic for today's video is Carlton E. Watkins. This photographer was born in 1829 and he was considered one of the most renowned photographers of the 19th century who played a significant role in the preservation of different national parks.
Ooh, look at that. Look at that.
Parks, including Yosemite. His work, which included the first photographs of these locations, created an icon, and they influenced politicians in the debate about preservation. These photographs were a significant influence as they captured the beauty of the landscape untouched by humankind. His photographs were first shown in New York in 1862, and his work was reproduced much later in his life, some say stolen by Isaiah Tabor, due to the lack of proper copyright law in the 19th century.
Okay.
Watkins' work was also instrumental in influencing President Lincoln to sign the Yosemite Grant of 1864, which is often seen as the beginning of environmentalism in American politics. Watkins' work, including his iconic image of the grizzly giant tree, was a testament to his talent and the importance of preserving natural beauty. Today, we will look through a collection of roughly 70 of his greatest photographs produced during the 19th century.
The structure motorized pergola system is reinventing the...
I got y'all. Hijack City's active. We got y'all. Let's go. Bullion.
Diving into an interesting theory, which I felt would be a fascinating piece to add to this narrative as we look into the first photographs of the Western United States, one of the most forgotten aspects of history is that of the indigenous peoples. And nowhere did the indigenous people seem to have a more powerful yet mysterious kingdom than that in Mexico. According to the mainstream narrative, Fernando de Alva Cortez, a famed Spanish-Mexican historian, who was written to actually be part of the indigenous community, was said to have written the first comprehensive indigenous history of the...
We've been talking indigenous people to Mexico. That's just crazy, Jared. I appreciate you, man. Let's go.
People of Mexico, and what he found and what is in this narrative is absolutely eye-opening. The indigenous of Mexico believe their origins trace back to the region of Tartary, or Grand Tartaria. This is actually quoted multiple times in multiple different early Spanish manuscripts. The indigenous Mexican people claim to be descendants of the, excuse my pronunciation, Chichimecas, who were said to have been brought to the land of America from Tartary by the last Tartarian king, Chichimecatal. Now, Tartary today is considered but a medieval term for a landscape by mainstream historians, and yet this land was inhabited by Turkic peoples after the Mongol-Turkic invasion.
And we know Grand Tartary is not over there, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to keep reminding you that when we talk Tartaria, why not? We talking right here, boss. I mean, does North America even exist, man? Love to stolenhistory.org. Does the continent of North America exist? Well, Orientis finds there's no North America, just America or South America connecting to Paris or Paris or Mexico. or Asia or Cathay, right? Okay. Yeah. No North America here. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, don't forget which one is this? I guess that's the same one. 1561 Carta Marina de Vola. But yeah, you see South America, which is just America, right? And it connects directly into China, which again is all on this map. 1548. Gastaldi, yeah, we doing a little cartography, man. Getting some map drop. There's no North America here. It connects into what? Florida, China, Cathay, same thing. Or India superior, which lets you know that the other Indias are not superior to this India. Florida, boss. This is North America. This is what they're hiding. They just found you here, and they said you came from Africa. So that they get all of Grand Tartaria, because it's all they ever wanted. Yeah. What does it say? Grand Tartaria. Right? And that connects to what? South America? So Mexico, all this stuff, man, is Grand Tartaria, is the initial, original Asia Major. This is India Major. This is India Superior. This is Asia Major. And this is Grand Tartaria or Tartary. So don't let them keep bringing you to the other side of the map. Because in the 16th century, these maps here let you know that North America is Grand Tartaria, man. And this is what the whole, Phineas flow we're about to get, you know. You know what I'm saying? Because, this Phineas, this green dragon, was representative of America. Benjamin Franklin wanted to use it as a symbol of America, not the bald eagle, but it was voted out. But even the Boston Tea Party had the Green Dragon Tavern in honor of the last great American green dragon, which they said was held in Fort Tryon State National Park. And his sibling became part of the P.T. Barnum traveling freak show, right? P.T. Barnum. And Phineas named his dragon after himself, they say, Phineas. So, yeah, South America connects into China, which is Grand Tartary, and the flag of Tartary is the green dragon, which is the same as, the Boston Tea Party flow, like I said, and which was the original symbol of America, which is just showing you that America is Grand Tartary. But let's get this drop from the homie Jared, man.
However, many fringe historians theorize today that the Tartarians were the origin for much of the miraculous earthworks that we see and structures that we see in ancient America. And they are considered by these same theorists to be the direct ancestors of the Olmec people.
Uh-oh. And if the Olmecs are Negro, so are the Tartarians. Body, hey. Let's get that part again.
The Olmec people.
Let's get that part again.
Fringe historians theorize today that the Tartarians were the origin for much of the miraculous earthworks that we see and structures that we see in ancient America. And they are considered by these same theorists to be the direct ancestors of the Olmec people.
The Tartarians are the direct ancestors of the Olmecs. Keep that in mind. Let's go. Copper color cons. I got a screenshot of this, man. This is a beautiful copper color depiction of what exactly we talking about, right? Let's go. Oh, here we go. Here comes the blonde. Here we go. Mel Gibson. Here we go. Wait a minute. Come on, man. This can't be so. Oh, boy. You just said the Tartarians are direct descendants of the Olmecs. Man, we know what an Olmec head look like. We know what these features and phenotypes look like. And this is what you turn it into? Now Russell Crowe's playing Noah. Now you got this same phenotype, and it's the same phenotype that you want to give us Amazon with King David, man. Huh? Oh, man. Same thing, huh? Same thing. Same thing, right? Look how they do us every time, man. We tired of this, man. Same phenotype. We tired of this, man. Iconoclasm. All these supposed to be copper-colored people, too.
Drinking alcohol produces a toxin called acetate.
Man, you know, the toxin is iconoclasm, man. Drinking too much hijack city, man. Uh-oh. All right, so this is an Olmec head. Big lip, big nose. You know what I'm saying? You know, got those oval eyes, you know, slanted type of Asiatic eyes, you know what I'm saying? A Negro, right? And their descendants supposed to be the Tartarians, but they're showing us these hijacked Tartarians. Iconoclasm, hijacks.
Tying this to more recent discoveries and even some religious texts, we're told that Jaredites, according to the tradition of the Latter-day Saints, are claimed to have also been one and the same with the Olmecs.
I'm out of here. I'm out of here, boss. So the Mormons, when you read the Book of Mormon, they got a whole tribe called the Jaredites that are the Olmec. So who's in that fights? All right? Who's these other ites, man? Who's the Israelite, man?
According to these Mormon scholars, they arrived to Mesoamerica via the Pacific Ocean on large wooden vessels. And these first men, the Tartarians or the Jaredites, claim to have come from a land where there was a fall of a great tower, which is really amazing considering so many indigenous groups have a similar creation legend where they arrived in America via massive wooden vessels.
And as he's talking, this is all a lot of new structures, but just peep some of the old in these photos because they're building on top of things, right? They're building, this is a reset. And some of the destruction you're going to see looks exactly like, you know what I'm saying, the Palisades and Altadena, California fires, the decimation of the direct energy weapons. It looked like it's been pulverized. Some of the stuff looks like it's been pulverized by the same weaponry, like they haven't, like this ain't the first time it's happened, right? These resets and these laser weapons decimating our structures, our homes. Like, this is not the first time. What they say, nothing's new under the sun. We gonna talk solar flares, Con.
After a great cataclysm. And then we have the story of the Tower of Babel. The Jaredites, the Olmecs, the Tartarians. And this theory, again, just a theory, would all be one and the same. They would be the ancestors for the indigenous people in America. And this would also lend credence to another theory, where many of the biblical events of history took place in America.
Which makes sense because they're the ancestors of the copper-colored Khans found here, which is the definition of an American in 1828. So the copper-colored races found here are the direct descendants of the Olmec, which we know are also the Tangu, and are also the Western Shia, Shishia, and the Mongol flow.
So hopefully that theory doesn't throw you off too much because, again, it's just a theory, and I don't want it to take away from the cornucopia of amazing photographs that we have, because a lot of these locations, I mean, look at this architecture. A lot of these locations were photographed for the first time in history. So it's really remarkable what we actually see in these photographs. We can read the narratives and we can hear the history regurgitated back to us. But the one thing that becomes the most important in our research, I believe, are the photographs, and then when we begin to have videos in the late 1800s and the early 1900s, those videos from the silent.
See, a lot of these, all these little details, this is old world buildings. You know, this ain't no new world stuff. They come in with horse and buggies, man. They ain't building with all this detail. So a lot of these are remnants, especially Frisco, Cali, like remnants of our world, which they call Tartaria, which is India Superior.
Era that still survived through all the fires in all the major cities, all the fires in all the major film studios, etc., etc. All of this history seems to be purposefully being covered over on a daily basis. Different narratives have different things that are picked and chosen to stay, while others are picked and chosen to be removed.
It's almost like a head with some type of face and some type of cone on, man. It's crazy.
That is why I wanted to share these photographs with you today. I believe looking at the images is the best way that we can get a glimpse into what everything looked like in the 19th century, because as you know, history is always being rewritten by the winners, but in our current narrative, it's also being rewritten by the historians. It's being rewritten by the quote-unquote scientists when new information is being brought to the limelight. So before we read a current narrative, which can only tell us so much about what something looks like, I believe the photographs are the most intimate glimpse that we have from the 19th century to allow us to see what was actually going on.
A lot of this looks like just decimation, like something happened, man, like some type of major cataclysm, right? Major weapon.
Across the American landscape, especially when we look at the American West. That is what I find to be so fascinating about this narrative. Just like so many other major cities in America that had these remarkable weather events and accidents and fires, where all of the history was destroyed. We're told our photographer today, Carlton Watkins, basically had his entire photography business taken from him by someone else, and he passed away alone in an insane asylum.
Whoa, so the Naga that took these photos, they put in an insane asylum, my Naga. They took his shit and threw him in the crazy house. So he don't talk about what he really, we ain't even seeing all of what he got, right? So we don't even know. Something about what he knows, they don't want everyone to know. And again, look at these old world type structures.
And that's just history that we have in America. None of it really adds up, but we have to take it all with a grain of salt.
You know they weren't building this when they got here. This is, you know what I mean, just what's left over. It's out of, whatever looks out of place from whatever their new developments are, you see clearly.
That is our collection today. The lost photographs of Carlton Watkins. And I say lost because according to the current narrative, we're led to believe that his entire photographic career was taken from him. But within these archives, within the images I was able to unlock, we do see things like this massive tree, the father of the forest, which was said to be several hundred feet tall. It was fallen. However, the circumference of this tree is what is really amazing. We're told it was over 100 feet in circumference. And it brings into question the whole idea of plausible deniability. What was going on with the American landscape and the discovery of earthworks and mounds and other architecture that may not have been European in origin? And what was going on with photography? Because we have some of the most detailed images then being hidden away in archives. Carlton Watkins passed away in an asylum without a penny to his name. And yet he's one of the greatest photographers of the 19th century. He was in direct correspondence with Abraham Lincoln. He was there in the 1860s being hired by the American government to document the landscapes that would become the national parks of America. And yet decades later, he did not have a career in photography. It was taken from him. How is that possible? American history is this.
Just like they built this over the stump of this tree, right? Feeding off this energy. This is what they done. They built churches. They built whole towns over stumps of giant trees. Just like this. Decimation. Just look at it, man. Something happened.